Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Thank you to those that are supporting this channel. That's the first thing I want to say, whether that is by donations or positive and supportive comments. On social media, I never take support for granted because so often you'll see the division and resentment and hatred coming through, and every time I see those beautiful energies around the people who are still optimistic, people who are still I guess understanding the connection with spirit, who are focused on that, who are balanced and fair, and who understand, of course, that politics isn't everything, is it? It's just one expression of human nature, and sometimes it can be an often very negative expression of human nature, where we seek to divide people into camps and pigeonhole them, and then once we get them there, hammer them as well. So people who stay above the fray, I'm not always perfect. I have to say sometimes I slip down that rabbit hole too. But in the main, I understand when I have, and I try and correct the course. So I just want to say that I'm feeling pretty good. The energy at the moment in terms of just that higher knowledge that there is a purpose to things, that there is a divine timing and a divine flow around things, and that, everything is being laid bare at the moment. And I've been saying that really since the beginning of 2020, and I think that's pretty right. So getting on to the reading today, I want to do a couple of things. I've got my astrology diary out to take a look at the astrology as to why I feel that the energy has shifted a little bit. And I'm not surprised to see some really harmonious aspects today and tomorrow. Well, in Australia, it's the 8th of September. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's the 7th. But we're moving into some really, really nice harmonious aspects between the major planets, and that's good to see. I've also got my dowsing rods as well, that when I picked them up, they just wanted to speak, and that, yeah, they want to speak, and there's a lot of activity here at the moment in this room, a lot of spirit activity, and I guess that's when I feel my most positive, is when I, see spirit around me. And every time I ask if spirit is around me, the dowsing rods will cross for yes. Yes is this action, and of course no is when they go the other way. So show me no. Of course you can see they're going that way. So I thought straight away we need to get into things with these dowsing rods. So let's take a look at, so I want to look at the election update in Canada. I also asked if, just to back up my tarot reading, would Trump be re-elected, or would Trump be elected in 2024 as the President of the United States? Will Trump be elected, please, Spirit, in 2024? And I got this same confirmation of my reading that no, he wouldn't. So I just want to, as I understand it, put your mind to rest again. That's twice. Well, not more than twice. Every reading I get, something occurs that is not there to stand. Now, I'm going to ask, will a Republican be elected in 2024 as the president? Now, I'm getting a no, and that's what I got at the beginning of the reading. So, I always take a chance when I ask these things a second time, once out of the camera and once in front of the camera, in case I get a different answer. But it actually said no, a Republican leader would not be elected president in 2024, and that a Democratic leader would. So will a candidate from the Democratic Party take the presidency in 2024? Yes or no, please, Spirit. Now, I don't think it's going to be same answer as what I got before. I'm not sure when I was doing these dowsing rods if it's Joe Biden or even Kamala Harris. let's just ask that. Is it Joe Biden? Will Joe Biden be re-elected the President of the United States? Will Joe Biden be re-elected the President of the United States? Yes or no, please? We know that we'll cross for yes, and we'll know that we'll move out for no. Will Joe Biden be elected President of the United States in 2024? No, and that confirms my intuitive read is that I don't think he's going to stand again. I think he was only ever going to come on for one term. The next question, will Vice President Kamala Harris be elected President of the United States in 2024? Will Vice President Kamala Harris be elected President of the United States in 2024? Yes or no, please, Spirit? Yes or no? I'm feeling a lot of energy between these rods, but it's like I'm not sure. Yes or no? Will Kamala Harris be elected President of the United States in 2024? So it's literally not wanting to give me an answer on that, and so I'm not going to push it. Now it's going to the no. Okay, so is this someone else? Is this a new Democratic candidate, perhaps even a younger? Will there be a new Democratic candidate elected president in 2024? Will it be someone that we're not yet aware of? Will there be a new Democratic Party candidate elected president in 2024? Okay, so again, it's not wanting to do anything, and I've got to respect that. So sometimes when that happens, when we don't need to have this answer, other than it's not going to be a Republican candidate, I think sometimes the future is yet to be written, and we're being told it is yet to be written. There's only so much prediction you can do. It was quite clear that it wouldn't be Joe Biden. It was quite clear it wouldn't be a Republican candidate. I'll leave it open to you people in the US to have a talk amongst yourself who that might be. Of course, I've got some ideas, but I'm not going to say that. But it could well be Kamala Harris. Could well be. But we've got a long way to go before we get there. Okay, we've got a long way to go before we get there. That's confirmation. Alrighty. Okay, Spirit, thank you for your help. What do we need to know? Okay, will Trump be brought to justice? Now that you see that? You see that? Didn't hesitate at all. We need to know that. Okay, all right. This is lovely. These rods are normally not this magnetic, not this active. They are active, but now they just want to talk. So here we go. Will Justin Trudeau be elected Prime Minister of Canada again? That's a yes. That confirms my last reading that I did. But I wanted to check in again. And the question is that I didn't ask before, will Justin Trudeau get his majority? Will he get a majority government in Canada? This is why he went to the polls 2 years early. He's currently got a minority government, and it looks like he won't get a majority back again. Okay, that's the lesson for him. What else do we need to know? I want to know if the EU is cohesive. Is the EU going to stay as a block of countries? The EU, that's my feeling too. So, okay, dowsing rods. Okay, all right, one last question with these. Okay, yes, Spirit, thank you. Are we able to do anything at this stage about climate change? And that's a yes. Okay, so watch this space on that. I'll pull cards later for a more in-depth reading. Is a nuclear or terror attack being planned at this time? For some time in the immediate future, is a terror attack, one question, being planned? at this time for some time in the future. Is there a terror attack plan? Yeah, that was my feeling, unfortunately, and I don't know where it will happen in the world. That we'll do that in a later reading. Some remote viewers, and I'll again tackle this in a more in-depth reading, have picked up what looks like a mushroom cloud. So I have to ask, I'm going to pull cards on North Korea now, whether it's North Korea or somewhere else. Are we looking at some kind of nuclear accident, nuclear attack, something that, or even something to do with climate change, some kind of large explosion in the near future? Or when I say near future, are the remote viewers seeing this correctly, please? And again, I'm getting the impression that this is not something these rods want to delve into. Sometimes, you know, they're very discerning, those rods. They will not dive down the rabbit hole unless they have to. So you've seen what's picked up there, and it was very clear, the questions that were answered and the questions that are yet to come into our consciousness. Okay, let's look at the astrology of the 7th, the 8th. So the moon is moving from Virgo. Of course, we had the new moon in Virgo, which I really felt quite positive about, because that's Virgo's all about hard work, public service, rolling the sleeves up, not identifying where the work needs to be done. And the moon is now moving into Libra. Now, my own moon is in Libra, so maybe that's why I'm feeling so good at the moment in the 4th house. This is around, or that's my moon anyway, moon in Libra in the 4th house, which is the feminine, the divine feminine and justice. So, and I've spoken about how triggered I get, whether it's Texas abortion law or whether it's the women in Afghanistan protesting as we speak, fighting that very, very difficult battle against the Taliban. All of those things impact on me because of my moon in Libra. But let's go back to the harmonious aspects here. The sun is trining Uranus, so giving us an idea that, yeah, no matter what the change is, what the the Tower card, if you like, comes forward, that it is there for our higher growth, and the sun shines its light, its life light onto this change that we're undergoing, and we say to ourselves, yes, we can handle this, yes, we can move through this, yes, with unity, yes, with cohesiveness, we can move through this. The moon is conjunct Mars at the moment, always a difficult aspect. Not everything's perfect here, but it's also trining Pluto, again highlighting those areas of growth, highlighting those areas of evolution. And Libra says, with justice, with fairness, with equality, we can get this done. The Venus is trining Jupiter. Maybe again that's why I'm feeling the love, because Venus is all about our love for ourselves, our love for others, and trining harmonious aspect with Jupiter, big expansive Jupiter, lucky. Yes, we're feeling okay. Yes, it's tough, but yes, we're not gonna roll over and say it's all hopeless. And Mars is trining Pluto, so there again, where you get that negative aspect with the moon, needing to look at our shadow sides. There's also help from our old nemesis Pluto, the underworld, the soul, the planet of the soul. Also help there. That this is for our highest potential, our highest growth. So that's the reading. Now let's do some cards. I'm pulling from the Aboriginal Spirit Oracle by Mel Brown. And let's take a look at one card here. Message. I'm just going to do messages from Spirit. One card here. Messages from Spirit, please. Messages from Spirit. What do you want to tell? What is here for us to learn, to know? Show me what you need to show me. So I have reflection in the mirror almost. What are we seeing when we look into the mirror. You know, again, we can take a good hard look at everybody else, but are we looking at ourselves? And often what we're seeing coming out is a reflection of where we're at on that spiritual journey. So for the collective consciousness, this is an important card. There are many roads here, but also many roads, but many pathways you can take. But also many connections here. Connectivity, when we connect with others in that really profound way, in that really life-affirming way. Self-respect, wow. Oh, wow. Look at these cards. Self-respect, self-worth. Sometimes, you know, again, you know, the psychology tells us that self-respect is vital to our well-being, to our frame of mind, that, you know, that things are going to be okay, that we're going to be okay. But also self-respect in treating ourselves well. And if we do that, then obviously we're going to treat others well. And I think that's the reflection that we need to make here. Are we treating ourselves well? And are we treating others well? That's the energy of Venus. It's that love, it's that connectivity, and love, the flow of that. And we've got freedom. Freedom. So, again, Viktor Frankl, the meaning... What's the meaning of life? No, what was his book, Viktor Frankl? My readers you'll know. My viewers will know this. The psychiatrist that was imprisoned in a concentration camp still found meaning in life. Even in the midst of this horror existence in the concentration camp, he still found that freedom. And he did so through, again, coming back to being the change that we want to see in ourselves. It's interesting. One, I'm trialling, if you're going to comment on social media, do something different. Instead of going, oh no, the Republicans, the whatever, have a look at maybe, and I'll do this too, you know, maybe something around, well, you know, unity is strength. If we can find a way through our difficulties, then, you know, we get to more cohesion. I mean, you would look at me now and say, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? But it's like Uranus. It's like breaking open something and doing something differently, and getting a different result. But right now, this is about ourselves. This is about our self-respect and our freedom and what is in the mirror here. And we've got victory. Victory. You know, Uranus comes along. It's no accident. Uranus is in Taurus has been giving us so much trouble throughout 20 and 2021, and will continue, I guess, you know, up until we move beyond 2024. Many people are asking, is there going to be a civil war in the US? I think you're already in a civil war. People are, well, you know, people are bearing arms. But I think this is a process that everybody is moving through, and I feel that it's not doom and gloom. It's not doomsday. This is a reflection, looking at a reflection of who we are, and then we get to decide who we want to be. So, animal spirits, please. I love being out in nature, doing those esoteric traveller series for you. What do the animal... There's so much strength, vitality, wisdom. There's so much wisdom in nature. Show me what we need to know, please, about ourselves or others. Oh, come on. Pick up the cards here. Cow spirit, the miracles are endless. The miracles are endless. Again, you know, when we focus on things that are absolutely, and it was only something I was thinking today as I had to go somewhere in the car, which was okay. It was to take someone to a medical appointment. But I was only thinking that miracles are endless when we frame a narrative in a different way. We've seen how political leaders frame narratives in a different way to get a political aim. No, we don't want to do that. But looking for something that catches our eye, you know, the aid that's going to Afghanistan, the way, you know, food hampers are being delivered into our Indigenous communities, which are being one particular community overrun with COVID-19. So very, very sad. But people are rolling their sleeves up to get aid to them. The government itself, even though this is a conservative government in my state, you know, are pulling out all stops to get aid here, to understand what are the strengths of your country, and, you know, not just focus on the weaknesses. Eagle Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back. Miracles are endless. Spirit has your back. And here's the frog spirit. Clear out the clutter. Adapting. Clear out the clutter. So we have miracles are endless. I never give up on miracles. I've got Eagle Spirit soaring from being able to lift yourself up there and self-respect. You owe it to yourself to find that freedom of mind and clearing out the clutter. That's exactly what I keep bringing forward in my readings. There's a very dark basement there, and we're getting things revealed to us that need to be revealed. So let's take a look at. I want to see. Okay, well, I want to look at Senator Whitehouse has. Why is it Whitehouse? Sheldon Whitehouse or Winehouse? Whitehouse wants an investigation of the FBI's investigation into Kavanaugh. Because all my readings, you can go back and search those, you know, without even looking at a prediction whether he stays or whether he goes. Let's have a look. Now, Kavanaugh faced accusations of some pretty serious accusations. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, regarding women. And the FBI really came back with, I think, what the White House wanted them. I think the White House put so many parameters around that they got the answer that they were looking for. But will there be an investigation of the FBI's investigation of Kavanaugh at the time of his hearing to ascend to really the highest court in the land? Will there be an FBI investigation? So we've got judgment. It looks like there's an inevitability coming here. Again, we've got a long way to go between here and 2024. A lot will come out of that basement. Challenged by the Eight of Pentacles. I think there's something around... I'll bring the laptop down. I think there's something around the debts here, paying off the debt. Something here that there's an inevitability that it will come out. We've got the Tower card. And again, this is Uranus energy, something being broken down. It's not business as usual at the moment, and we shouldn't think that there is, because it looks like there's big money here or dark money. And my readings on the courts, you know, unfortunately, the Federationist Society, there are some pretty heavy forces here determining who gets those court places and who doesn't. Now we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is Cancerian energy. It's talking about stability, women coming forward. Perhaps a woman will come forward again. The King of Swords says exactly that. In the immediate future, there will be some kind of revisiting of those allegations. The Knight of Swords in the here and now. These are harsh truths that are coming forward, and we're looking for moderation, all the while moving toward not so much polarization, not so much partisanship, but moving toward this moderation, this healing energy. And the only way we get through it is this. The only way we get to it is through facing what is there, what has been hidden from us. The Two of Swords in the hopes and fears, heavy decisions to be made. And we've got the Chariot, which is talking about, that's a yes card, movement forward. But I'm using my Witch's Tarot here. The idea in this card is that which way do we go? We're going to get movement forward, but which way do we go? And we've got the Three of Wands. I think this is who backed his nomination. Some dark money in the courts. I think Senator Whitehouse is going to get his wish here. I think there is going to be an investigation. The reason that I think purely politically that there's going to be this investigation is because it's quite clear after what happened with Roe versus Wade and the way that those last few justices ascended, that the courts are not, that there's not bipartisan processes there. So the next question that I will ask, I want the US law protected. So much of Western democratic law comes from either Westminster, which is in the UK model of democracy, and the US model of democracy, and of course our own constitutions. So let's take a look. The reason that I think there's going to be this investigation is it will be a justification for increasing the Supreme Court numbers of justices. So that's what I want to ask. Will there be a increase in the Supreme Court number of Supreme Court justices? Okay, so we've got the King of Wands. Somebody's coming out. Fire energy, a plan, bold leaders. Somebody's going to come out with this plan. Someone's going to take this on. The Three of Cups. The challenge here is to get support for that. It's a huge reform to get that sort of support. But, you know, majorities increase. The Six of Swords. So this is moving out of troubled waters. This is movement from and away from the current situation. The Ace of Cups, people voted for this new start. It was something that Biden talked about before the election. They want to see this investigated and done. The Six of Wands, there's a potential for victory here. There's a potential for victory, but it's only a potential. The Two of Wands. Be patient. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but it will. It is in the formation stages. The Emperor, I think this is where Biden wants to go. I think this is close. It's close to his intentions that he wants to get this done during his time. But there isn't enough support at this time. I don't know why. Is it amongst his own party? And we've got in the hopes and fears justice, that justice will be done and that the fear is that justice won't be done. Isn't it interesting that comes up in that position? Justice, the courts, the scales of justice comes up in the hopes and fears position. The Magician, yeah. There are things that Biden will get done in this term, and I think this will be one of them. And the World card, yeah. So two very strong yes cards, endings and new beginnings. And we've got Ooh, toxicity, the devil card, which is the cord itself. One more, and we've got the Two of Pentacles here. He'll walk a tightrope. It's not going to be snap your fingers and get it done. But these two outcome cards are very strongly yes cards. So I'm feeling, and of course the potential here is victory. So, you know, victory over what? Victory over that, manipulation and toxicity. So, base of the pack is the Ten of Cups. So this is voters. If you want to see your Supreme Court reformed, then you need to get out and vote for it and increase those majorities. And I'm thinking that anything the Republicans do, given the good dowsing rods, you know, between now and 2024 is actually going to help. It's actually going to help galvanise people to get out and to vote. So what do I want to do now? Probably want to leave that there. I'm just taking a big deep breath. The colour blue, obviously I'm wearing blue today, but for a few weeks now I've seen a white spiral and blue around that white spiral. So I'm feeling that the voice, the throat chakra is undergoing some kind of evolution, movement forward again. Needing to find our voice. And I go back to those Aboriginal Spirit Oracle cards showing that what is in our reflection. Are we self-respecting? And we can't self-respect if we don't respect. And of course those other cards around freedom. That's how we get our freedom. So just something to ponder. We've got a long way to go, but I do feel that we're moving in the right direction. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you again for supporters of the channel. I'll be back again soon with another reading. Bye for now. Wear some blue. Speak your truth.